What's going on today, guys? We've got all our fescue seeded. We seeded 2 different brands of fescue this year, and I did some perennial ryegrass on some Bermuda overseed. Overseeded some Bermuda and perennial ryegrass, and I also overseeded some, including my own, in something called Breakout, which is it's an annual ryegrass, but it's supposed to act more like perennial ryegrass. It's just cheaper. I don't know, we'll see what it does. But anyway, here's one that was a bare dirt renovation. It's got about a month on it probably. So everything happened a lot slower this year. But this one's about ready to get its, it's past ready to get its, gonna run over them all with some higher nitrogen fertilizer, like a Carbon X or just something with a little more nitrogen than the starter had in it. But the all the fescue seeding for me didn't go as fast as it has in the past. Like last year, we had seed up in 4 days on most of them, the bare dirt renovation, and they look really good by 2 weeks. But we got about a month on some of them now, and some of them just got a week or 2 on them. So I'm putting fertilizer out on them today is what the game plan is. But I'm going to show you a couple of them and just see how they're doing. Stay tuned. All right, so we're going over these yards. This one I took down to just about bare dirt. I took a lot of weeds out of it and stuff, and it ended up being a lot of collateral damage in between the heat we had. But the seed's coming up fine now, and I just put the first mow on it, and this one too has been about a month since it was seeded, which is way behind what I'm used to seeing. But the weather, I mean, that's why you can't just go on a calendar. The weather throws you these curveballs, and you got to be able to look at your grass and know where you're at as far as the development of it to go to your next step. And what I did here today is I'm gonna mow it. I mowed it and went ahead and cut my borders in and sprayed glyphosate on where I had thrown seed in the beds and everything. And I'm going back over them with a higher nitrogen fertilizer and some humic and kelp. There we go, we're coming along. Let's go look at the back. Here's the back. If I can get a better. Well, the sun is shining today, I'll give it that. I'm getting it in there. All right, well, that's the back. But anyway, what the idea today is go touch up any seeds, spots that you didn't get seed in, or that's not coming up very well. Throw you a little seed in it. Go over with the higher nitrogen fertilizer. I like to put some iron in at this time, humic and kelp. Just get that growing jump started, get what you got. Start to kick in before it gets cold. It don't really ever get all that cold here, so we're usually good to go. The winter is when we really do our dirty work on this fescue in my area to get it right. But they're finally coming on along. I'm telling you though, until the weather changed, until it started raining a little bit, they weren't doing shit. They look terrible, but the seed has been down for a month, but some serious growing hadn't been going on but about a week or 2. But anyway, coming along. I'll show you this one. Probably about 70% of it I had down to dirt, and there was a little bit of leftover grass. And I'll show you one across the street that was pretty decent grass to start with, and we overseeded into it. Here's the backyard on this one, and I'm push spreading them just because I'm just not ready to get on them yet. On this one in particular, it's kind of mushy, but this one's doing pretty good. But we'll get about 3/4 pound of actual nitrogen on it, and some humic and kelp. All right, and here's the front yard. So I can get out of it, make it look any better. All right, well, this one already did pretty good through the summer and made it. We just did an overseed on it. Got some spots on like these corners here that I don't think the irrigation hits very well, and they kind of dry out. I put a good bit of peat moss in them when I seeded it. Should have came on up like a chia pet, but again, we had some pretty dang adverse weather for seeding season this year. Things are really just starting to grow now. I had a big dead spot up by the house that's come in and filled in, and then again along this curve here has been a little bit of a problem area. You see these? We got a plan for them, but I had run the peat in them, the peat moss. But I just let's go push spread, however you want to say it. Some fertilizer on the thing, and I'm gonna throw some seed in these bare spots and garden weasel them in. Stay tuned for the excitement. Like this spot here, I might be able to get enough grass growing in that as it is to get my hand in the seed to suffice. I'm gonna throw a little seed along these edges. Excuse me for this one-handed camera work here. Take the old Weasel 5000. Just work it in. That's that. Big time. All right, I could spray and spread this with the permagreen in about 10 minutes, but it's just too tender to get on right now. So I'm gonna shoot it with Chris Elms' favorite tool, the Flow Zone Typhoon. He wishes he had this, or Monsoon, I mean. Monsoon's the 9-gallon rolling. But we'll run through and spray some humic and kelp on this bad boy. Choice yard with about a week on it, a little more than a week. It's coming along. Same thing at these two. This ought to be a fun head-to-head. This is a triple threat plus yard here, and that's a Mountain View top choice yard over there. This one is a new customer. I killed off his existing grass, took him down to bare dirt, and we started fresh on that one. Both of these are at the point where we cut the irrigation way back, and we're gonna let them stress a little bit, harden them up, toughen them off. This one is still shaggy. This, you see, they had to fix the dumb dog fence where I cut it off. So it's dug up a little bit, but we're running a little seed into these today, fixing them up. This guy here, these are only about 2 weeks old. This guy here, his LCO came over way too early and mowed this and tracked it up bad on that hill, but run a little more seed and humic and kelp and some fertilizer on them today. It looks like the Mountain View definitely germinates faster than the other with the bluegrass in it, but I mean, that really doesn't mean anything, how quick you can get it to germinate. But anyway, they're both coming along right nice. Back to this one. This is my video favorite, I guess, but got this one up from bare dirt about a month ago too. During the summer, this one got kind of hard, and even with the irrigation system, it actually died. I lost this whole yard in probably August. So I killed off what was left and started over from scratch. But this is all the triple threat plus blend with a little bit of bluegrass in it, so should be solid once I get it trucking. I have not mowed it yet. This is gonna be the first mow I'm gonna put on it today. Some little clovers popping up over there, even with tenacity. Damn it. But anyway, I'm gonna get this mow put on it and see what she looks like. did was I filled in the bare spots like I did on all the other ones with some seed and weaseled some in, and like little spots like that was kind of thin. Spread some more seed, and I ran over the humic and kelp. I put the permagreen in low gear, spraying out of the high gear nozzle to put more goodness out. This is just humic and kelp, so I'm not so worried about an application rate. This is the first mow I put on this. Be ginger with your turns if you're doing it with a 0 turn or a walker or whatever you're using. I push mowed some earlier today, but this is about yard number 12 today, and I ain't have it in me, dog. But push mowing is a great option. This tall grass one's kind of new, kind of lays over on my push mower though, and I don't get very much of a cut, but the walker sucks it up and stands it up and cuts it pretty decent. So that's that. But anyway, that's what I'm doing with some of these fescue yards, and that's just a few of them that I got to today. Went to the GIE, saw some great new stuff and saw some crap and saw some other good stuff. But I have coming, and I got an email that is on the truck from Kentucky, what I thought was the greatest and best, totally unique, game-changing new product coming out of the GIE. But should be here next week, and of course there'll be videos about it. Anyway, that's just a little bit about getting these fescue yards jump started, what to do the first mow or after the seed comes up. Just kick it with some nitrogen, man. Humic and kelp, be careful mowing it. And that's about it, man. And I've also seen that not much happens to them till the weather gets right and it rains on them. Even irrigation with the weather we were having just wasn't getting the job done. And some of them with not so good irrigation at all just weren't doing good at all. But anyway, they're coming along now. My butt's saved. So there you go. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.